Whew, it's cold, guys. Hey, Oliver. Hey, Alex. Whew. It's like fucking 42 or lower. It's like freezing. Oh my. It's getting too cold to be doing these IG lives soon. Oh my god, I need to get gloves. Oh man. Dude, my hand is like frozen. Whew. Hey guys, can you hear me? Gotta get my body temperature up. Oh my god. You guys hear me? Hey Rich. Hey Eric. Hey everybody. Alex. Oh my god. It's like 42 or lower. It feels like fucking, it's like frozen over here, dude. 32 degrees is freezing. Well, that's... Can you guys hear me? Making sure my audio is good. Once again, I walk up the hill. We'll start. It's super nice, but fucking cold as shit. I don't know why people say it's cold as shit. Shit is, I don't know what shit feels like, but I think shit is warm, comes out of your body. Whew. Oh my god. How we're able to be doing this, Alex, when it starts to be really freezing. It's so cold here, guys. I don't know why I'm in shorts. Oh shit. Came out of the fucking house. I have 2 layers on. A hoodie and this jacket. Holy shit. It's cold, man. I checked the temperature, it said 42. But I think it was like in the 30s this morning. Woo-wee. Woo-wee. Dude, the tube socks are keeping me warm. Too bad the tube socks don't go up to my nuts. I would need some fucking tube sock thermal underwear. Oh. I guess winter is drinking season, keeping us warm. Asians do not like the cold. I like it cold though. I hate it hot. But this is bone-chilling cold. And we have no wind. In the East Coast, there would be wind, and you would basically freeze, instantly freeze. Whew. All right, made up the hill. Oh my god. Whew. Okay, where to begin? All right, guys. Glad you can make it this morning. Make sure my audio worked. You guys hear me fucking breathing hard. It's fucking cold. And I'm out of shape. But I've been trying to get better in shape. I think I lost a few pounds. Hey, Miss Cooley Trader. Okay. How you guys do today, man? How's your trading today, guys? Today was not an easy day. If you're long, it's easy. In hindsight. ISEEIC and CUR. You probably did well on those if you're long buys. If you're short and you do not respect your stops, you're fucked. What's the temperature? Well, it was 42 when I asked Siri, but I think in the morning it was like 30 something. So right now it might be 42. Whew, Fahrenheit, obviously. So it's a good thing I went out and did my walk, get my body temperature up, stay fit. All right, before I start, did anybody take a good trade on anything today? I lost. Alex lost. Today was not a good day for shorts. Hey, what's CUR at? Give me a price on CUR as I keep these walks. I have some fancy orders out there. CUR, you can let me know what CUR is at. Yep, I will, Alex. So before I start, I want to talk about this. What I want to talk about. I want to talk about. Wow, CUR is 198. Let me put in some orders to cover. Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm back. My fancy orders hit at $2. So I'm putting some covers down there. Okay, guys, I want to talk about a couple of things before we start. Alex and I created this free webinar, 2-hour webinar, and it's at myinvestingclub.co, myinvestingclub.co. The guys are not in MIC. Come check it out. And you get a 10-hour free training videos out of it. So these are for the guys that are not in MIC, interested in learning to trade. Come check us out. It's a completely free 2-hour webinar. You can sign up and register at myinvestingclub.co, not .com, okay? .co, like co, like it's a company, .co. And we started a podcast. So last week, well, actually this week, just the other day, we Alex and I filmed a podcast, and it was our very first one. Hope you guys like it. You can check it out right now. Alex will tweet the link again, Alex, on the podcast. The name of the podcast is After Hours, presented by My Investing Club. We're going to talk about pretty much everything, but mostly around trading and stories about trading, because I've been trading for a long time. There's a lot of these funny stories I want to talk about. I want to expose scams. I want to warn people and pretty much inspire as well as motivate how to get started trading. And most importantly, to dispel the myths behind trader lifestyle. So a part of it, I like to be, for the part of the podcast, is a day in the life of a real day trader. You know, it's not always popping bottles, driving Lamborghinis, things like that, right? Hanging out with models. Although sometimes Instagram models don't count, right? But yeah, man. So we started our podcast. We're going to do another one very soon on pretty much our history, on how I started, on how Alex started, and then we might take in some interesting people to do guest appearances on the podcast. But the podcast is supposed to be just fucking cracking the doors open on what it really means to be a day trader. The day in the life of a day trader, guys. So that you will know exactly, so that you don't fall into the pitfalls of the marketing. The get rich quick, everybody can become a millionaire. So when we started doing this, Alex and I was the very first to tell people, dude, this is hard. It goes against natural marketing to tell people that, yo, You do not want to be a day trader. Do you know what you're getting yourself into? So we always talk about how hard it is. And that's why Alex and I show in our social media our life. So you can see I'm not driving Lambos every day. Even though I can. But that's not the point of all this, right? We're just normal people. You know, it's like we're not fucking Dan Bilzerian. Although that's a great lifestyle. I paid for his fucking mentorship, right? But the point is, the more reality you see about day trading people like myself and Alex, the more you'll understand. And the more you'll understand in terms of not being too greedy and setting your expectations correctly. You're not going to make a fucking $1 million the first week of trading. You're not going to double your money and keep doubling your money every fucking time. You know, there's a process behind this. And so today is very important because today I want to talk about losses. No one really likes to talk about losses. I fucking hate losses. You don't understand how fucking much I hate losses. It fucking, like, I don't care if it's $1, $2, it just fucking sucks. But losses is an essential part of trading. If you are not comfortable with taking a loss, you will end up taking the mother of all losses. Okay? So be very comfortable with taking small losses in your career. Taking small losses is what saves you. It's like a condom, dude. No one likes to fuck with a condom. But you have to use a hard stop. So I always use the analogy, hard stop is like a condom. You know, sure, you can take that fucking condom off. Sure, maybe 9 out of 10 times you're not going to get her pregnant or get a fucking STD. But that fucking one time, you're going to fucking burn up, man. Your dick is going to be inflamed. You're going to piss out fire. She's going to be pregnant, knocking your door fucking 9 months later. You know, that's what it means to fucking use a hard stop, man. It's like, but I used a hard stop. They fucking took my order out and then they fucking reversed on me. See, Bao, I would have made money if I didn't use a hard stop. Yeah, sure. It's like you saying you're going to fucking a whorehouse and having sex with no condom. I didn't get AIDS. I didn't get infected. Yeah, cool. Keep doing it, man. Same thing with a hard stop, guys. Okay? And I always say this. I may not use hard stops all the time, but I earned the right to do that. Okay? So most people starting out do not earn the right to do that. So use the hard stop. The reason I don't use hard stops because early in my career, no one told me to use hard stops. I never knew what they were. I was misinformed that hard stops were bad, that market makers are hunting people stops so that they can fucking burn and churn you, right? But that's not true, man. No one gives a fuck about your 1,000 shares that you put a stop at $2. No one gives a fuck. You know what? They're not fucking looking out for you, bro. You can take your 2,000 shares and shove it up your ass. You know, so all these guys are like, oh, they're hunting for me. And these motherfuckers got like $1,000 in their account. They don't give a fuck about you, brother. This is tough love. I'm telling you, no one gives a fuck about your fucking stops. Okay? And if you're always stopping at the top or stopping at the bottom, that means you're part of the sheep. Okay? Learn to take the losses properly. Learn to stop out in the correct places. Stop. Don't not be a sheep. If you are always stopping at the top or always stopping at the bottom, it means you're part of the herd. It means you're doing exactly what they want you to do. And so that's why these guys think that the market makers are hunting for your hard stops. They're not fucking hunting for your hard stops. They break $2. All your fucking orders stopped out at $2 and they fucking slam it down. That's fucking normal. So maybe stop, you know what I'm saying? Put your stops maybe higher than $2. Or put it before. Who knows? But do not, you know what I'm saying? So there's many ways to put your stops. Just because they fucking took your stops out and reversed on you doesn't mean they're looking for you, man. There's like 10,000 other traders trading that stock. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about your 500 shares, bro. Hey, what's CUR at? CUR. But, so getting back to my loss. The key of trading is to take small losses before they balloon out. Okay? I made a lot of these videos on how to properly take a loss. So I will explain to you how to properly take a loss. And I'm going to do it again very in a summarized way. I posted a link on my Twitter. It's also, we have the YouTube video on the FAQ of trading, how to properly take a loss. So this is how you properly take a loss. This is from my point of view. You are always, in the beginning of trading, people always tell you, oh, put a stop. If you are short, put a stop on the resistance. Okay? If it breaks resistance, stop out. Same thing with longs. If it breaks support, stop out. Fine, that's fine. And that's why these guys think that the market makers are hunting for your stops. They're not hunting for your stops. They know exactly what they're fucking doing. They know that all these guys will stop out at the break, the moment it breaks resistance, and the moment it goes under support, even by 1 penny. And that's why you get this big old boom, because all the stop losses are triggered. Okay? But that's where the secret comes in. I do not put my stops over there. I use those stops as my entry points. Okay? I'm doing the reverse of the sheep. The sheep is taking the loss. Oliver. See, these guys know me too well. But anyways, so I'm doing the reverse of what sheep does, right? Once again, you were taught to buy the breakout, right? And to sell the support. But it's even deeper than that, guys. Okay, that's what you're taught, and that's what sheeps do. And that's why people think that the market makers, the algos, are hunting for you. They're not hunting for you, dude. You did exactly what every other sheep did. So what I like to do is I like to short where all these guys are trying to break the stock out. I like to buy where the support areas that they are trying to slam under. Okay? But you have to do it in the right timing. Okay? It's not like, oh, Bao told me I should always do that. No. There is no always rule in trading, guys. The only rule in trading is, fuck, dude, keep your losses small. That's the only rule. You know, I respect your plan. So, if your plan is to, let's say, short the resistance, what you can do is put a stop at, say, 10 cents over that resistance. If your plan is to buy of the support, put a stop 10 cents under. Does that make sense? So you're doing the opposite of what other sheep are doing. So you're using the herd mentality for your own advantage. Hold on 1 second. Let me see my orders filled. Yep, exactly, Brian. You cannot control your gains, but you can control your gains too. If you plan it, you know, that's the plan, right? You put out where you want to sell it, and that you can control the gains. You can control any aspect of trading you want. A stop is a control. Okay, a lot of people use stops only when they lose. Use stops to enter a trade as well. I put out stops at near death line so that I can take a walk, go take a piss, and don't miss the death line. So that's a trick you're gonna learn today. Most people use stops to take a loss. I also use stops to take a loss, but I also use stops to enter a trade. If I want to go long over a particular VWAP reclaim, I put a stop buy over VWAP reclaim, then I buy it. If I want to take a short on a death line, I put it near the death line, and then it triggers. So stops can be used not only for taking losses, but to enter trades. Because all stop does is it tells you, hey, if a price reaches this, you fucking you enter. That's it. Okay, so that's one way to properly take a loss, is to take a loss at a certain price. Okay, so I like to always take a loss, but we call it, we wait for it to confirm. Just because it breaks $2 doesn't mean that, oh, you should stop out right away. Because a lot of times it'll hit 202, 204, then slam right back down. The reason it does that is all these guys are putting market stops at $2. And so they trigger all the fucking stops at $2 and they market it up. Okay? And it goes to 204, whatever it is, and then it slams back down once all the buy orders are done. Okay? That's the area where I actually capitalize the most. So I'm going against the herd on these plays. I'm giving it 10 cents. Okay? So that's one way to properly take a loss, is via price. I call this layering risk. This is part of risk management that we teach. I call it layering risk. Okay? So second layer of risk is this. I have a max size. Okay? Alex has a max size rule too. Alex's max size rule is if it's front side, he only uses 30% of his max size that he allocates. Okay? For me, I have a max size of, let's say, 10,000 shares. So in one of these accounts, CUR, I had 10,000 shares. So what damage could possibly do with 10,000 shares, right? It has to go up $1 for me to hit a $10,000 loss. So giving yourself a max size, guys, that's within range of your account value is huge. Okay, do not oversize relative to your account. Okay, so that's the second layer of risk. So if you do a 5,000, 2,000 max, 2,500 share max size rule, how much can you lose? So by giving yourself a max size rule, it's like an allowance. So imagine if you're a kid and you had your mom's credit card, your mom's credit card. You have no fucking budget. So you will just keep adding and adding and buying, right, guys? Same thing with trading. If you have an infinite share size, you will keep adding to infinity. So what's helped me significantly is to allocate a max size. You can do max size in two ways. One way would be the best way is to call your broker and set a max size for your account. This way you'd have no fucking chance of breaking your own rule. Okay? Because rules are broken all the time by human beings. So many times I go, fuck, I'm going to set my max size at 10,000 and all of a sudden I have 20,000 shares. Okay? And so what prevented me from doing all that is to tell my broker to fucking max size my ass to a certain amount, and I cannot fucking exceed it. I would have to call him up, and it's too much trouble. And by the time you call him up, you calm down already, wait in line to call him up, you know what I'm saying? So set the max size at the broker level. Hey guys, what's CUR at again? So that's two ways, right? So you stop out by price, and second layer of risk is max size. A third layer of risk I put is a max loss. You can do a couple of things. Max loss per day, you set that up at your broker level. Okay, guys? Broker level. So what I like to do is I like to set my max loss at the broker level so I don't fucking exceed it. So that's my second layer of risk. Okay? I put mine, let's say, at 10,000, for example. Okay? And so those three layers is supposed to help you. You're supposed to not fucking break those three rules if you keep at those three rules, that you will not fucking like get super hurt because you set what these maximum parameters are, right? The fourth layer of protection is very essential, and because human beings are clever, they find ways to breaking the fucking rule. I fucking reached my max size, I reached my max loss, I whipped out another account. I'm like, so now I'm on my second account because I fucking already maxed my loss on my first account. So that's where a tab comes in, guys. A trading accountability buddy that keeps you in check. He's going to tell you, you're going to work together like a trading pit, man. We're trying to resemble the professional trading pit because those guys help each other. They go, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You're breaking your fucking rule. Get the fuck out. Let's go take a walk. Because you know what, man? You trade in isolation, you're going to get all fucking worked up in your head. You become so obsessive. So you need to have a partner. I call it a trading accountability buddy, a tab. So like Alex is my tab. He tells me, Bao, go for the fucking walk. Clear your mind. Things like that. He checked up on me today because I was quiet in the morning because I was sizing in on CUR. And he said, are you okay? Okay. So, but I was okay. But I'm glad that he checked up on me, which reminded me like, fuck, man, Bao, calm down. Because I'm about to whip out fucking big size. Then I calmed down because he kind of snapped me back because, you know, people get angry. They go, what the fuck? Why is this trade not doing what I think it's supposed to do? So those are the four layers of risk. Hold on one second. Let me check my account real quick. Class is back in session. I changed all my orders. Oh, anyways. So let's review what we said. Layering risk. Risk management is key. Okay? So you have to layer your risk because one layer of protection is not enough. It's like your house. What is the layer of protection for your house? Well, first of all, it's the door. The door is the first layer of protection. You close the fucking door, people can't get in. Second layer of protection, the lock on the door. Just because you have a door doesn't mean someone can't open the fucking door. So a door, to me, is like a mental stop. I'm mentally stopping you from entering my house by having a door. What's stopping you from fucking opening the door and getting to your house? Someone robbing you. That is what I call a hard stop. A hard stop is like a door lock on your door, okay? The door closes, that's a mental stop, right? You're mentally trying to stop people from breaking your house by having a door. If you did not have a door, people walk right in. But just because you have a door, Doesn't mean people still won't walk in, but it will deter most people, right? Because most people would see a door and not go in. So that's why you need the hard stop. A hard stop is a door lock on your door. Does that make sense, guys? And so then you have a max loss, max size, and that comes in with not keeping your money in your house. I'm only keeping a few $100 in my house. I'm not keeping all my valuables. I have a lockbox in the bank, things like that. I have a checking account, a savings account, things like that. So that is your max loss. Okay, let's say they break into my fucking door. They broke into my door lock. Now what can they loot? They can take only what's in the house. And that is my max loss. Does it make sense? And the last layer of protection would be your tab. And that's your family, your friends. Shit, man, if I have a dog, that could be my tab that protects my house. You see what I'm saying? He barks. So that's how you layer risk. You layer risk all your life, guys. Okay? You layer risk all your life. Why not do it in day trading? So that is the proper way to take a loss. So the way I took a loss on today on so first I'm going to tell you what I did. ISEE. So yes, I'm like, fuck, dude. So it was under, they closed at 215 or something like that. So it was kind of under. So I nibbled very small size around 207. Then I added 217. Then I added like 220 something. So I added, so that was my plan to average around 220. So I got my average around 220. And then fucking started moving up. And I was like, oh fuck. So it broke high of day. It broke through my fucking 3 ads. That was my plan, to add those 3 little areas. And then, because I did smaller size each one up. So I did 1,500 shares each. And so it broke high of day. And I'm like, oh fuck. My choices are a couple things. Add to loss, which is deviating from my process, or get the fuck out. I got the fuck out. I stopped out at 230, and now it almost hit $3, right, guys? Almost fucking hit $3. So I got out safely, relatively small loss. Same thing with CUR, man. CUR was a different monster because it's like, dude, it's trading very thick. It was rotated, small float, but so weird. It kept on being pushed up. It seemed like someone's accumulating all that. And so I started sizing very small in that, guys. And so my plan was to wait for the wash. They washed, the moment it washed out before zombie hour, I got the fuck out. And so I took minimum damage on that too, guys. So that was my plan. I stuck. So I lost today, but I was very happy because I stuck to my plan. I stuck to my plan. My plan was to stop out and to stop trading at a certain time by zombie hour, and I did that. And I kept my losses minimal, guys. And so I can't be upset about that loss. If you keep to your plan, you cannot be upset. When I'm upset is when I break a fucking rule. When I break a plan. I'm stuck in a trade because I knew better. I should not be fucking in that shit. Probably like now when I'm walking around holding a 199 short on fucking CUR. Fuck. But it's okay. I had small size for fun. So I have let me see, around a 2 average. I think my next ad is around the 210. So that's pretty much it. So pretty much at the outer lines I did. And hoping it goes down to 180, 170s, and I'll cover. But that's, I stuck to my plan, and that's all I can do. So let's talk about the plan real quick again, guys. I sound like a broken record, but this is very important for everybody to know, okay? We always say this: plan your trade and trade your plan. So a plan includes this. Once again, this is part of my process. A plan includes where to enter. And by entry, I mean, do you scale in? Do you do one shot? Things like that. Okay, part of scaling in is not adding to a loss. So instead of going 5,000 shares, I can scale in maybe 5 times, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, right? At a time. So is that adding to loss? No, because my goal is to average out to a certain price. So that's and so that's what I did. So that's the plan, to know where to enter. The second plan is to know where you exit. And by exit, I mean a couple of things. Okay, exits include winnings too. People often do not ever talk about or think about where they're going to exit for a winner. They only think about 2 things: entry and stop loss. And that's why they enter and then they fucking never stop out. They never take gains off the table. They never take any profits until they stop out. How many times did that occur to you? Because you do not plan to take a win. You pretty much plan to take the loss. And so when the winner comes, you don't know what the fuck to do. You're like, I'm going to let my winners ride. And some people fucking ride it too long, and it starts to reverse on them, and then they end up stopping out for a loss. They turn a winner into a loser. Okay? So you do not want to do that, guys. So part of my plan is have an entry, to have an exit for profit, and a stop loss for taking the loss. Okay? And so those are part of my plan. Where to enter, where to take the gains, and where to take the loss. So if I follow that plan and I lose, that's part of my plan. I'm fine. If I follow that plan and I take the win, but the stock keeps going, what can I do? The next time I can refine my plan and maybe hold the last piece a little longer. Make sense, guys? This is part of your reiterative learning process. Your back testing, your paper trading, whatever you may call it. So it's a reiterative loop all the time. All the time when you trade, to try to be better the next trade. All right. Anything else, Alex? Should I take some, I'm going to bring some people on to the split screen. You want to get on, Alex? You want to talk about your trade today, or? I'm going to try to get Alex to go on.
What's up?
Hey, brother. What's CUR at?
CUR is, I'll show you the chart. It's 202. Give me a sec.
Oh, okay.
This is the chart.
Man, it grabbed it all the way up. Zombie hour. Once again, zombie hour rules work.
Yep. All right, let me get my headphones on. 1 sec.
What I did well is stopping out. So, for example, on this IC trade, if you look at it, I shorted and I stopped out right there, and it just went straight up. So that was a really good trade.
So tell me your plan on that. Where did you enter? Where did you stop? And why?
So I entered most of my size over here. Oh, wait, let me see. Right over here, which is kind of like the red to green level. And
what price is that? We can't see the price.
It's 215.
Okay.
So it's 215 I entered, and my plan was, all right, if this thing kind of fails red and goes back, I mean, if it fails green and goes back, I will add to my winner. So I used 30% of my size on this setup here. And if it broke high of the day and held that, I would exit. So I got in at 215 and I got out at 225. So I lost 10 cents on that setup. Another stop that I
wait, hold on. We're gonna stop there. That's a perfect plan, Alex. I love that. So let's reiterate, guys. I love what Alex did. He used his 30% rule, and then he saved the last for confirmation, right? So explain to them the confirmation part. This is the best. This is the best way to trade these. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what we talk about in MIC is mostly like you want to be using only 30% of your size on the front side of the move, and then when it confirms, when it does go back red, when it does break VWAP, then you have the ability and the authority to add your size. And if it doesn't, it is much easier taking a loss on partial size than it is taking a loss on full size.
That's exactly right. So wait for the confirmation. You may not have the top ticks on all your size, but that is your insurance policy.
Yep. And then this was XNet. So let me show you XNet. So XNet, I traded. My game plan this morning was I wanted to short a bounce towards 480 and add towards, 490s. And in the morning, when we kind of pushed up and topped out, I took my cover. And then as it bounced to 480s and kept projecting, I just kept scaling the 480 line until either A, it washed out or went above. And the moment that it broke above, so for example, I had about, I think like a 480 average on this, and I stopped out at like 490. And now the stock went all the way up to 530. So I traded this pretty well too. I mean, although I lost money today, although it was a losing day, I kind of managed my risk properly, and that's all that really matters. So it's kind of a rare day that both me and Bao lose money. It's a rare day when we both lose money on the same stock. But both of us, what we did right is I stopped out almost 90 cents ago. XNet, I stopped out almost 20 cents ago. So, I mean, and Cura, I just lost money on it. So here's what I did right, here's what I did wrong. So what I did right on IC was I was partial size, and I stuck to my rules and I stuck to my process, and I took a small $500 loss. On CUR, I got ahead of myself. I got trigger happy. It did not confirm, and I found myself adding when it was not confirming, so it was a larger loss than IC. So now, going back through my trading and reviewing, I said to myself, shit, if I followed my rules like I did on IC and I just did the same on Cure, it would have been a $500 loss instead of like a $2,000 loss. So every single day I'm trying to remind myself that even one time that I fuck up my process, even if I do it right on one stock and the same day I do it bad on another stock, is still a problem. So again, today is one of those days where, I mean, I stuck to my stops, but I did not manage my risk properly because I felt too trigger happy and too anxious and too excited to trade. So
that's also because of this, Alex. Yesterday, NAVB was very similar to CUR.
Yeah.
And we covered, the moment we covered, that shit tanked.
It tanked, exactly.
So in back of my mind, in back of your mind, we were makeup trade from yesterday, sort of like a revenge makeup trade.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show that you've been doing it for 20 years. I've been doing it for 6 years. And shit, there's going to be days that we lose as well. And that's the thing. Like you said earlier in your Instagram live is, you know, even if we lose $100, it sucks. It feels like you're losing 10 grand. But the truth of the matter is that like trading is a game of losing as well. So you have to learn how to lose the right way. And today, I think we lost the right way. And that's why we're kind of feeling so much more comfortable with our trading.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? We talk about the shoulda, woulda, coulda, Hurus trader kind of mentality where, so the problem is this, if we stop out and that sucker goes in our favor right away, our next trade is going to be fucking in trouble, right?
Yep.
Because now we break our rules because we're like, fuck, see, if we fucking just held on for another fucking little bit of time, we would have made money.
Yeah,
and
man.
so that's what happened on Curry, dude, right? You held it longer than you would have normally.
Correct. And that was just because of my trading yesterday. So it's basically back to being emotional. Had I did well on NBET yesterday, I would not have had to deal with this shit today.
Me too, bro. Me too. So that's why I realized that. That's why I posted these things. And so we have to keep those in mind. That's why the layer of protection, like the tab is going to keep us out of trouble. Because at the end of the day, we're all fucked up in our mind, dude. You know, we all have our own issues and biases.
Yeah, man, it's not easy. It's not easy. And look, let me, so just
What's
to
Curry at?
show,
What's Curry's at? What's Curry's at?
there's the chart. 203, 204.
That fucker is about to pop somewhere.
It's either going to pop or drop. And just to show, today is not a fucking easy day, man. Like, if you look at this, I lost around like $4 grand today just trading. And that's me being just such a jackass in my trading. So even when I stick to my rules and stick to my process, I sometimes lose. But had I not, this $4,000 loss might have been a $15,000 loss, you know?
So what Alex did well is these numbers may be huge to some or small to some, but he keeps his losses in a 1-2 day range of losses.
Yeah, normally I make around $4 to $5 grand a day. So if I'm losing $4 grand in one day, that's not a problem. If I'm losing 30 grand in one day, where that's my entire week, then we have an issue.
Correct. So the key is to keep your losses small, guys. And stick to your process. He stuck to his process. He realized he was wrong, but even when he was stubborn, he took the loss. He came to his senses. So, we gotta be good about that. So keep those things in mind. Keep in mind the guys who play poker and they fold and they're all, can I see the next card? Can I see the next card? Those are guys that's gonna doubt themselves the next time they come around.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So start practicing I don't give a fuck what the stock does after. I'm out. Don't worry about it. There'll be a next trade. Don't worry about your fucking last trade, right?
It's true. That's it,
cool,
man.
Anything else? Talk about your fucking kickboxing.
Oh my God. So for those of you guys that don't know, one of our lifetime members, Zev, is a personal trainer. And Bao, as a gift to me, I think it was 2 weeks ago or last week, he's like, yo, I hired Zev to train you in kickboxing so that you get some exercise, you leave the house, you get more shape.
So Zev is an old professional kickboxer. So he did this professionally.
Yep. So now I'm going to the gym with Zev about twice a week. He's really kicking my ass. Like the first session that we had, I was sweating like a beast. I couldn't move my entire body for 5 days. But he's a trader, so we talk trading. We have a laptop in the corner. We were trading together XNet yesterday, making money while working out. So it was fun. It's fun, but it's just I have like a newfound respect for people that actually consistently go to the gym, because that shit's not easy, man. That shit's really not easy.
Yep, that is part of the consistent lifestyle process that we preach about, right? You have to get your life in order. You have to have a routine in life. And so I wanted you to do this, Alex, so you have a routine now versus just being stuck inside the house. And I know winter is coming, bro.
Yeah, man. It's No Shave November is starting, so I'm going to start to grow out my beard even more.
Oh, that's gross. The animals living in there. But that's the community that we have, man. It's so fucking awesome, man. I mean, we met Zev in New York City.
Yeah, we got sushi with him.
Yeah, and then he joined us a lifetime right after that, and then now he's training you. So
it's crazy how the world works.
It's so fucking awesome, man. And we have so many people like that in the club. So that's why I keep trying to tell everybody, MIC is not just for stock trading and all this bullshit. Basically, we are trying to build a community of like-minded individuals who want success, and to meet other like-minded individuals who want to help each other in all facets of life.
Yeah,
we have doctors, developers, graphic designers, and a professional kickboxer, which is now you feel better, right? It hurts now, Alex, but in a couple of days you fucking.
Oh yeah, it hurts like hell, bro. It hurts like hell. Like, I'm already sore. I'm already sore again today. Not as sore as the first time, but I do feel a little bit better, and it does make me feel more productive in the day. That, like, rather than being in a dark room just working and be just focusing on the computer, that I now have an excuse to drive to New York City. I have an excuse to leave the house. I have an excuse to improve my health. So it's great.
Exactly, man. It makes you appreciate what you do. The more other stuff you do in life, you go, fuck, I miss trading. It's easier than getting my ass fucking kicked in kickboxing.
It's true. It's true.
All right, brother.
Cool, man.
Hey, what CUR at? What last quote?
202. 202.
Bastard. Okay. All right, brother.
Later.
Thanks, man. Hey, guys. So that's fucking cool. I got time for one more person who wants to get on. Let me raise your hand who wants to get on to the talk. I'm going to split screen one person so we have one time. Hey, Rich, you have time to get on? I don't think I ever saw you, man. So Rich just joined after many years of following me and MIC and learning. So he finally found time. So let's see if he has time. He's over in Hong Kong, though. Oh, my buddy. I think it's the first time we ever talked.
Yeah, man. How are you?
How you doing, dude?
Dude,
Finally.
I love all your classes, all your IG lives, everything that you and Alex are doing, man. It's life-changing, I tell you.
Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and all that good stuff, man.
Oh, it's a long story, man, but I'm in Hong Kong now. What time is it?
Wait,
now?
you don't look Chinese.
Midnight.
You don't look Chinese.
I'm from Vancouver, Canada.
Opposite of China.
Yes. So I got into stocks. Well, it's a long story, man. I won't tell you how long because then you'll know how old I am. But about 3 years ago, I started watching all the videos online, and I blew up a couple accounts. I won't tell you how much.
We all been there, brother. We all been there. It's like we wear that as like not a badge of honor, but just kind of like a scar, right, from battle.
Yeah. Anyway, so I found out about you and Alex. I found you guys online. I just went back to school, and that's the bottom line. I stopped throwing money out the window, and I started learning from you guys. And I'm so glad I found you. I joined you guys, I think, a week or two ago, and when I have time, when I get home from my business, I study. I watch the markets. I watch all your shows, all your live stuff. All your friggin' DVDs are awesome, man. Like everything, you keep everything so simple, man. I'm just so glad I found you. Sorry for swearing, but you guys are awesome, man.
I need you to swear so it makes me look less bad. I swear way too much. So, you got one curse word out of every 100. I got one out of every 20. But tell us what you're learning right now. What do you like? What do you think is cool? Like, what are you learning right now specifically? Just to see, like, tell the people your process that you're trying to learn, because a lot of people are in your shoes. They don't know where to start.
The lines that you talk about, the inside and the outer lines, saving your money for the outer lines, that's awesome. Your 10 10:30 zombie rule is so real. I made a trade yesterday, just a small one, because I went back to school, like I said, studying. But I made a trade yesterday. I forgot what ticker it was, but it hit 10:30. And
Is it XNet? Is it XNet?
It might have been. I can't even remember. I'm really bad at documenting stuff. But it did a reversal, and it did your zombie. So I bought it at, I think it was like 192 or 292, and I sold it at 42 cents later.
Wow.
So your thing totally worked, man. But it was a good trade. But I kind of want to stop trading. I want to watch every single video you guys have. I'm going to become a life member eventually. I want to watch every single video. I'm going through all your Trading Fish Academy right now. The information is just priceless, and I love that it's all there. I used to watch other DVDs, and I'd get stuck on something, and then it'd be like, now go watch that DVD and go buy that DVD and go watch this one and buy that one. I was just so freaking frustrated because I just want one simple answer. Now I got to go spend $500 on another DVD. I don't have that problem with you.
Yeah, man. And the thing is, the videos we make are live trading. They're not like pulling up a chart and saying A, B, C, D pattern bullshit. Just real live trading, dude.
Dude, just watching you guys and doing these YouTube IG recaps you do, and the ones that Alex does on YouTube, and after watching the market for the first hour and then recapping with you guys, it's just incredible how much because it's instant, right? Like you just watched it happen, and now you're recapping it, you're going over it. It's like having a teacher like right there beside you. So it's priceless. So thank you.
Correct, man. That's the thing I tell people. At first, it's overwhelming, but keep at it, and it'll start to slowly make sense, right?
Yes.
You see the market, you hear it, you see it, you hear it, back and forth, from classroom to real life to classroom to real life. And that's the way it should be. Because
it's just like after you get off the field and you just had a play, and then your coach is right there just to recap what you went through, what you did right, what you did wrong, so you can fix it in 5 minutes from now.
Correct.
That's exactly what you guys are doing, which is priceless.
You want to plug your you're doing that sports fitness, right? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Whoever's in Hong Kong, hit my buddy up, Rich. He wants to lose weight and get in shape. This is the perfect dude. Look how crazy it is. It's like Alex is starting to learn kickboxing to get in shape for one of our members, and we have you on right now, also a fitness guy. So
I just wanted to come on and say hi. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here, man. I feel so blessed just to be a part of what you guys are doing. So many people, I watch this stuff, all the haters talking shit. It's just nonsense, man. What you guys are doing is a major game changer. Like it's people 5-10 years from now will be talking about this.
Thank you, man. Because Rich has been following us for years. I seen him. I didn't believe that he was even real because we didn't even saw your face.
Yeah, so I wanted to come on and say hi. Yeah, I am real. I'm not some fake person hiding behind a keyboard. I'm a real guy.
Awesome, man. I wish you the best. And once again, you gotta start making friends in after hours, Rich. That's how you learn. And there's a lot of guys in Hong Kong at MIC. So maybe set up a trader meet in Hong Kong.
It's so funny. I was just back. Like, if I'm not crazy ass working, because I work sick hours, man. Like, when you said you're doing your IG at 11:15, I'm on my way home back in Hong Kong at 11:15 at night. I'm hoping I'm gonna make this call so I can watch it. But you have a guy at Mike. His name is Jacob. He's from Vancouver. So we made friends. I think the first day I got there, and I had a bunch of questions. And so I'm probably going to be going back next week or in 2 weeks from now. So we might have a Vancouver meetup.
Dude, do it. Yeah. Hey, I'll do this, Rich. I'll sponsor it. So set it up, talk to Alex and whoever, and MIC will pay for it, man. Get together, we'll pick up the tab for beers and pizza, whatever else, and let's do it.
You guys are too good, man. No, seriously, the information, the knowledge you guys are putting out there, everyone who's here watching this now, 5-10 years from now, like, these guys are going to realize that this was they have no foresight, So people who are talking stuff and shit like that, It's 5 years from now. It's going to be incredible. Everyone's going to be.
Well, that's
trading.
because no one else teaches. Everyone's pumping alerts. We're the only ones that really want you to learn, right? We don't pump. We don't alert. You basically are forced to learn. So it's for the serious guys who want to change their life and to learn to trade, not
Right.
just get spoon-fed.
Right.
So I'm glad you're taking a step, my friend.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate what you guys are doing, man. I can't wait to come to one of your next meetups when I'm in that side of the world.
Vancouver, brother. Let me know, man. And let us know.
Thank you
Okay.
for your time, man. Bao and
Hey,
Alex.
thanks,
I really
Rich.
appreciate it, man. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, brother. Thanks. So that was Rich. I've seen him online. We've spoken many times over Instagram Live for years, I think. And he finally joined. If you notice, the way I am, I really don't care if people join. It's your decision because I don't need to force anybody to trade. That's the last thing I do. That's why I don't do alerts. And pretty much, I'm pretty easygoing sense of, hey man, I tell people straight up, trading is very hard, guys. It's fucking the hardest shit you're gonna fucking do. But it could be the most lucrative, happy thing, life-changing thing you could do. I want to leave it with that, guys. I want to leave you with the fact that you do not need to make $1 million for life-changing. Just supplement your income. A couple $100 a day is life-changing. And that's, if you keep to that humble rule, you do fine. Stop trying to fake your retirement in one day. Doesn't work like that, guys. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys back in the room, guys. Take care.